Diaz Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Double up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. 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 Orale, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there. Orale, ese Kelpy. The ism was real, or was it? One never knows, does one. I know the wind's blowing on young Kelpy right now, man. He's sitting on that motherfucker. He's sitting on that bed, the end of that bed right now. Lay your head on my pillow and just relax. Orale, just relax, Kelpy. It ain't all that. Now, for those of you that don't know who this guy is, he got his stardom and his fame on White Underbelly. You know, another platform here on YouTube. It's got some good shit, right? I watch it all the time. It leans more towards the underground. You know, pimps and players and hoes and things of that nature. Drug dealers and et cetera, you know, allegedly. Now, at the end of the day, if you go on that channel, you're doing it to promote yourself. You're putting all your secrets out there. I say you're letting everybody know, feds included, exactly what time it is with you, exactly what you're into. And there's some things that you should never speak on because, Sasuke, do you want to get indicted? Do you want to get indicted? It's a Kelpy. I'm sure you don't, right? He took two scraggly haired pirujas on there. And I'm going to tell you right now, they was broke from the feet up. Beat up, right? But that's on them. You know, get their nails done, their hair done, dip their shit in peroxide and Sasuke, they might be Bangladesh. But until then, you know, I would have paid them no never mind. Now, of course, because this man said what he said on White Underbelly, he shot on over to, you know, the #1 platform on YouTube today. Orale, no jumper, right? You already know how I feel about no jumper. You know, I'd rather jump right here and keep it cracking than jump over there. But at the same time, man, I'm not hating on those individuals. They're doing their thing. It's just not for me. It's not for your boy. One, you know, yours truly, the gun. Anyways, he went over there with the guy that I really appreciate. I like his get down. I know he's a real one. He's really been in them guys. He's been in them streets doing it for a long time. And his reputation precedes him. He's well known, and that's one sharp, right? The PI is real in the game. You know, he's with that ism, basically. Ism meaning the pimpism, I guess. I don't know. I can't call it like an alcoholic. All I know is they talk differently than I talk. I'm from the old school, but I know what's up, right? So anyways, he brings this youngster on with promises of bliss and promises of he's just going to tell his story. I don't know why he brought him on, to tell you the truth. You know, when your name's popping, you're doing a lot of numbers on a channel like White Underbelly. Why not? You know, Adam seen the opportunity to bring him in with the real pimp humps, and let's see what was going to go down. Now, of course, a lot of people did reactions because it seemed like a chop session. And what I mean a chop session is they roasted him like a motherfucking marshmallow, burnt up, right? Burnt his young ass up. And what Sharp did was he tried to give him the game. You know, immediately, give me my rabbit, give me my rabbit. He was trying to make him take off the rabbit, the fake rabbit coat. This ain't rabbit, or this is frog. What did he say? This is rabbit, not frog, right? I don't know what he was saying. But at the same time, Sharp was like, you need to come up out that jacket. Because the symbolization of that jacket is that he was PIing. Okay, Sharp seen him for what he was. He's seen right through this guy. You know, this guy's a young kid, got him a couple fucking dope fiend girls, and they're out there trying to fucking, you know, get money. Allegedly, I guess. I don't know. Whatever he's trying to do, he's doing, right? According to his words. Now, the man you know you fucked up, right, Kelpy? When you talk about you ain't got no license and you pull up and your mom got to give you a ride. I was expecting Big Shark to go in the back and try to knock moms. I'm just being honest with you. I'm trying to disrespect your mom, Kelpy. At the same time, I'm just saying, man, I wouldn't put it past Sharp. He's a sharp individual, a very crude and smooth individual. I wouldn't put it past a man to make his next move his best move, going backstage, man, and have some real Lena the Plug type shit going on, right? But at the end of the day, he didn't go that route. At least we didn't get to see it on camera. But what we did see was he let into this kid, young Kelpy. Now, it's all about uplifting people and not tearing them down. But in this case, Menudo style in a direct fashion, I seen exactly what Sharp was doing, right? I seen exactly what Sharp was doing. Sharp was trying to build him up by tearing him down. See, it's kind of like a hoe. You tear the hoe down and rebuild her up. That's what he was trying to do to you, Kelpy. He seen the hoism in you. The ism was real. Only it was the hoism, right? But the little young guy stood his ground. He didn't come up out the jacket. He kept a smile on his face, braces y todo, and he sat there and took the ridicule and the punishment. Now, of course, since then, aftermath of fucking the banging on him, right? He got basically a train ran on him from two guys. he did a little spill, man, and he was talking a little bit braver. He was saying it with his chest. His chest was out there. He basically was saying that that's not the way it was supposed to be, that Sharp fed him a dream, got him on there and roasted him, you know. Hey, such is life. You know, you go onto a platform or you go into something thinking that everything's going to be fine and everyone's going to rock with you and they're going to, and this narrative that you're portraying, right, or portraying that everybody's going to rock with it. But when you're portraying the pimpism, and there's a real life one that's really done it for many years, Holmes, has been through the trenches, has sat hoes down, has really been out there living that life. You know, I don't know about that. I get the wind's blowing. I know a little bit about that life, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now. But I don't know too much that entails going into that life. But one thing I will tell you about a real pimp right now, news breaking, right? Some of you that know, we're gonna get at you right now, Kelpy, on some real shit, right? But anyways, he basically was not going to feed into that shit. He felt highly disrespected. That's like a gang member and a wannabe. You know, if you have a gang member, he's really lived that life. Holmes, he got battle scars, battle wounds. He's really been in the trenches, been about that shit. The pleito, went in and out of prison, Holmes, for his cause. Is really about that life. And then you get a wannabe, Holmes, that, you know, a Malibu's most wanted up in that motherfucker, talking about where he's been. And you can kind of correlate and figure out, hey, he ain't never been there. I mean, what's your Y number? I said, oh, it's B473. Nah, shut up. Stop it. Right? And then it's kind of like stolen valor. You know, people steal valor, man. That's very unfortunate that they do that, because there's a lot of people that have made sacrifices, the necessary sacrifices, so that me and you could have platforms like this and we could talk and we could chop it up and we could have freedoms and liberties, right? Just like myself, I went into the penitentiary and I've rocked on 4 yards, 3 yards, and did my thing, so that the Norteños that come behind me, man, will have a place to lay and call their head, lay their head on and call their place home. So I was scared they could do dip bars. You know what I mean? So I was scared. If it wasn't for people like Gunner and other homeboys, man, we wouldn't have this. Charlie, Holmes, you wouldn't. You would have got ran off the yarda immediately. Now, so I can understand where Sharp was coming from, tearing this guy Kelpy down. But again, he's just a young kid, man. What I would have did is took him backstage and did one of those to him, right? Listen, Holmes, listen. Okay, you might know what the pimping is, but the pimping ain't in you. Okay, you might know a little bit about the game from what you've seen by Golden the Mac, because we could get into some real gangster shit, right? But you're really not that, you know? But when you're trying to portray something that you're really not, or just because you sat a hoe down and sold her for $20 doesn't mean you're that one. You're white chocolate all of a sudden. You know what I mean? You're Goldie the Mac. You're the Bishop Don Juan. You know what I mean? You ain't none of that. I mean, you ain't even Cat Williams, boo-boo. You know what I mean? You're nothing. What you are is a young kid that's confused, that needs to take his young ass back to school, just like Sharp said, man. Tell his mom, do I have to buckle up? Right? Take your young ass back to the suburbs, Holmes, and proceed to fucking make it right with your familia and do what you do. Cut those two pirujas loose. Them bitches are base heads, man. They gonna cut you loose before you cut them loose. You know what I mean? They're really rocking the narrative. You're just out there trying to live off them. SpongeBob. Now, Sharp did his thing. He did his thing the only way he could do it was real. He hit you with a whole lot of realness. Now, a lot of people are saying, man, that was fucked up the way he played that kid out of pocket. He fed him a dream, and then he took the plate from him and said, nah, you don't get nothing. Give me your cornbread. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need that hard love. Sometimes you need someone that's really doing that to give it to you in a thuggish, ruggish way, because if everyone just keeps letting you do that, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to really think you're that one, and you're going to find yourself incarcerated for hundreds of years in the federal penitentiary, and then Leroy's going to do something bad to you. Period. It's just the way it is. Young Kelpy, braces or not, they're going to shred their shit up. Call you shredder, right? People see victim when they see people like Kelpy. It's because he's trying to portray a role that he really isn't cut out for. He's not cut from that cloth. Now, I could be totally offbeat. I could be totally wrong. This motherfucker, the pimping, could be really real. You know, I doubt it. But anyways, at the end of the day, you know, it's not neither here nor there. This guy's just a guy that's going to come just like anyone else, make a splash in the YouTube pond, and then fucking do the duck walk up out of here. Orale. Catch that drift? Now, people like Sharp, who have been around the block in the 6'4", not riding on flats, but on Vogues for a long time, know exactly what the game entails. And I think he was giving you hard love, man. I think really, from the bottom of his heart, he wanted to slap the motherfucking taste out your mouth, not to hurt you, but to help you. He wanted to heal you, ese. And the only way people that are really in the game, whether it be gangsters, dope dealers, pimps, PIs, whatever the case may be, They just want to help. Now, of course, this kid clapped back. Oh, man, where was that energy when I was whoop-de-whoop, man? You better stop it. Sharp and fuck around and comb his funny haircut back, man, and get to slapping on your punk ass, right? That's just real shit. Now, of course, you know, the way my channel rocks and the way I roll, you know, I just calls it as I see it. It's not no comadre shit. I'm not capping just to cap and clowning, man. I'm just keeping it real. You know, I seen just like everyone else seen, and this is my reaction. See, I don't got a little box in the corner where I play the video for you. You've already seen it. You already been there and done that. You already know what it is. I'm just going to give it to you raw, blunt, raw, rugged, and doggy humps. This is my reaction to the whole situation. My reaction simply is, Shark did the right thing, you did the wrong thing, and the story, game over. Flip, game over. Right? Now, this young kid trying to keep his name relevant, trying to keep his buzzing cousin going on, man, I ain't mad at him for that. Okay, but you're going to find yourself in a situation with a real pimp, Holmes, that's going to feel some type of way. Now, you're lucky Sharp is the type of man that he is, that he didn't just walk up like a pimp and slap the hoe. Because I'm sure he would have. If you would have had your chicks there, he'd have knocked them backwards. He'd have had them on the blade right now. They've been rollerblading in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Bring that back. I'm going to go ahead and need all that. Separate mine from yours. Break bread like Jesus said, right? You know, go out there. If you knew better, bitch, you'd do better. You know, he's going to put that little sharp tactic to him. But at the same time, people like you, Kelpy, just didn't recognize it. Just didn't recognize it. Thought it was all fun and games. Thinking that the game is fun. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about the game. You think a gangster wakes up in bed every morning, oh, I got shot in the back last night. Shit. Wasn't nothing fun about that shit, right? So I got to go do 15 years as I'm on the run for my get-backs, right? Nah, ain't nothing fun about that. But when you entrench yourself in the game, you soak yourself with gameism, word of the day, then you have to play that motherfucker. You have to play your part smooth, and you have to really be about that. People that are really in the game, real recognizes really fake. And it's a slap in the face to those who have really done it. Okay? Now, let me tell you what a real pimp does, and then I'm going to tell you a pimp story. You know what I mean? Just because the wind's blowing today, and it's Halloween Eve, right? Now, trip out. We're going to get spooky around this camp. The bitch was spooky. Her pussy smells spooky. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is exactly how it went down. A real pimp. Now, I ran into a real pimp once upon a time named King Sean out of Chicago, man. Shout out and respects to the homie King Sean. This motherfucker, this was real pimping at its finest. This was what a PI was. You seen him, man. I swear to God, the motherfucker had a light over his head that went, pimp. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me. This motherfucker was real pimping, right? And he wasn't on his 50-cent shit. He was about his dollars, not some coins. Now, trip out. He laced me up and he told me a lot of stories. I wouldn't say laced up because I was never going to get involved in that. That's not my thing. You know, I don't believe in putting women out there and breaking them down and tearing them down, man. I'm just trying to get a mamon here and a mamon there. That's it. That's how I live. You know, I'm happy to get that. You know, I'm just a broke-ass brown man trying to get by. But at the same time, I'm out there searching for that bag, though. But that's just me. Now, he told me a lot of the game and a lot of the get down. And one of the things he told me that had me flabbergasted, I said, hell no, we won't go, right? Was that a real pimp, someone who's really out there and their PI hand is strong. I mean, they're a pimp. That's what they do. They'll sell their own nalgas for $1. If they're doing bad and they ain't got a bottom bitch, and I'm talking about they ain't got a bitch in sight, man, and they're just really struggling, a real pimp will sell himself for some money. Say I'm lying, Kelpy. So I was scared. Times are rough. I might have to go to Orange County and knock your two bitches and see where you're at. See if the pimping is real, right? Orale, I got a homeboy named Tyrone that ain't tripping. He gonna give it to you long dick style. The long way. You know what I mean? You don't want that. But I'm saying a real pimp, from what I heard from a real righteous motherfucker that's established, said that a real pimp will sell himself. Orale, don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? $40 to make you holler. You get paid to do the wild thing. Bang, bang. You know, you never knew that though, huh? They didn't teach you that one in motherfucking pimp school. Orale, hoes, you better go back and get your GED, because I'm telling you, real life, real talk, motherfuckers will go out and give it to you fucking every which way but loose. Now, Trip, one time I get out of prison. I'm fresh out of prison. I'm posted up on the block. I'm with my homeboy Baby from Dead End, right? Good homeboy, well known out there. And me and the homeboy, we're just chilling. He's like, hey, take me to the homeboy's house over here. You know, I got to get something. What he was going to get, allegedly, I can't speak on it. But he was going to grab a little something. You know what I mean? He was happy. So we pull up to the spot, and I'm in my car. I'm actually in this bitch that I was with car. It was a little red Mustang drop top. I thought I was doing big things, man. It had 3 nice tires and a spare. But hey, Sasuke, we were rolling, right? Didn't have a license, didn't need none of that. Insurance, bitch, Geico, I step on fucking amphibians. That's it. Let's go, right? So we're there, and the homeboy, hey, the house is so ghetto, we pull up to, they don't even got a front door. You got to go in through the front window, right? So the homeboy's climbing through the front window, and I see this thick-ass chick, man. I mean, Arby's, that's all was going through my mind. This thick-ass chick smoking the pipa right there in the front by a tree, right? And I'm like, damn. It's all good in the hood until you get, I mean, just imagine like she's not smoking a pipa, right? So the homeboy comes out and starts talking to her. Next thing you know, they're walking both of them towards the car. And the homeboy's like, hey, trip out. And she's down to go with us. I was like, well, I know she's awake. That's one thing I know right off the top, right? So anyway, she jumps in the back and I smell a funny smell. To what type of smell? To what degree? It's like if you have COVID and you know you smell, you get that weird smell. It's something like that. It smelled rotten. There was something rotten in the air. You know, since it's Halloween, like I said, it's a spooky story. The pussy was spooky, right? So anyway, she jumps in, and I'm like, hey, where are we going to go? And the homeboy like, trip out. Hey, I got an idea. You know what I mean? So we jump off the car to chop it up. What's up? He was like, hey, she's down for whatever. I said, does she get my ones and shit? He was like, yo, no, you got that coming. But even before that, bro, let's take her out to the labor camps, to where all the paisas work, right? $10 a head, homie, all day. You know what I mean? I start doing the math and shit, the way my bank account works. I'm like, 10, 20, 30. Orderly, I can maybe possibly get $60 out of this shit. Orderly, I'm gonna eat Taco Bell tonight, right? Hey, so we take her out to the labor camp. Hey, I didn't make her do anything she didn't want to do. I never even suggested anything. We pulled up, she pulled up, she pulled out, they pulled in, some of them pulled out, I guess. And that was what it was, right? I made me about $55, you know, someone only had half. I was happy with it though. That was my extensive pimping story. That's about what happened. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened then. We dropped the bitch out, but we picked her up. Get your big ass off. I didn't even want my mom because after about 16, 17 paisas, I realized, ¿sabes qué? She had the whole fucking Michoacán in her. I'm good, right? Hey, órale, the paisas were happy. Vivo de tres animales. Órale, un pinche white girl. They were happy. We dropped her white ass off. Hey, órale, all right, Featherwood, we're up out of here, brother, right? And as we were jamming, the next day we hit the homeboy up. And this was the white homeboy's house where the homeboy was picking a little something up, right? Anyways, we hit him up. I'm like, whatever happened with that chick? He was like, damn, that bitch tried to stab me with the screwdriver. Talked about you guys fucking PI'd on her. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's just, I will never be coming back to this spot ever again. And that was my extensive spooky pimping story. Now, I knew right then I wasn't cut out for that shit. It just wasn't me. You know, I'm not that type of man with the woman. Like I said, my extensive history goes about as far as I'm on, and that's it with the chick. You know, I'm not trying to set a bitch down and do all that and go through all that because, man, with women comes drama, with drama comes time, and with time, so I'm scared. I ain't trying to have that in my life, right? We ain't never trying to go through that. So people like young Kelpy, man, get your shit together. You're not a real pimp. You're not really doing that. You found a couple dope fiend ass chicks with scraggly ass hair that one looks like the Wicked Witch of the East and the other one looks like the fucking house done fell on her, right? And you're out there getting $20, $30, $40. You better stop it before they give you 20, 30, 40 years and you're in that motherfucker with some real pimps like, hey, I was just trying to shut up. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes. Anyway, Sharp, I've seen it for what it was, homeboy. I commend you for trying to tear them down and build them up. But at the end of the day, man, you just got to let a motherfucking scrub be a scrub. Scrub ain't the one that won't get no love from me. Sitting at the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler like a G. You know what I mean? It just ain't gonna never happen. You already know what it is, man. Malibu's most wanted right there. That motherfucker Kelpy braces talking about, hey, I ain't got no license, you know what I mean? But I have my mom drive me in my Mercedes. You better stop it. She pulled up in a Hyundai Elantra looking real bougie. Bang, bang. You already know what it is. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. This was just some comedy on a Sunday. Why not? Fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. We could take it to the stage. You know what I mean? Kid and play. House party. You already know what it is, man. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up one time for your mind. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears this motherfucking Sonic's crown. I'm going to do what I does, and I'm going to keep it old school with everything that I do. It's all about the unity of the people, black, white, brown. Hey, we're all here just trying to get it. We're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Now, if you can't make sense out of that, homie, I don't know. I'm going to make dollars. Anyways, holler, man. This is the gun. Esse, bang, bang.